Welcome to the Property Gurus. This video shows the modernisation of a kitchen in a house that we renovated recently. The property had been in the same ownership for over 60 years and was a bit tired and dated. The kitchen itself was contained in a small 3 metre by 3 metre extension at the rear and was dark, dingy and a bit depressing. So our first job was to rip out the existing kitchen that was there. The only thing that we could salvage was the rear window. We then had the issue of a back door that was in the 3 metre by 3 metre space. So we inserted new patio doors into the dining room, which enabled us to then remove the kitchen door and to brick that up and plaster over it. So that then gave us the ability to put the kitchen on all 3 sides of the room rather than just on 2 sides. We then replastered all of the existing walls and did our first fix, so put our electric cables in and the plumbing. And then it was a case of starting to install the brand new kitchen, which we had spent some time designing to make sure that we got the best possible outcome. Our main objective was to maximise the space and to design a modern, efficient, stylish kitchen that brought this house right up to modern day standards. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and we hope you enjoy the video and it gives you some ideas and tips for your project as well.
The kitchen as it is today. So we've gone for an all white finish. So it's light, it's bright, it's modern, and it's really looking to bring this house up into the 21st century. So let's have a quick look around, have a quick scan, but we have a look. We've maximised the available storage space here while still creating a kitchen that is usable and has all the right things for modern day living. So we've gone for a galley approach. As you can see, we've got the floor is wood. It carries on through from the room, so it makes the kitchen feel part of the rest of this room. And we've gone for cupboards on 3 sides, and the reason for that is because it's a restricted space. It's only 3 meters deep and 3 meters across. We wanted to make sure that we had cupboards on all 3 sides and you could stand in the middle and access everything. So if we have a look at what we've got, always one of the challenges is to fit in the fridge, freezer and cooker. So we've gone for here a built-in fridge freezer. So you can see it as the first item here. It's extra tall, so it goes all the way to the ceiling. So it's 2.3 meters tall. And alongside the fridge freezer, we've gone for a double oven. So we've got a top oven and a bottom oven. So let's have a look at these items. So the fridge freezer, we've split the doors. So we've got the freezer at the bottom. So this is a 70-30 split for the fridge and the freezer. So the freezer's got 3 compartments, nice size, and the fridge is decent size. Got some of the shelves have just been put together, but they can be split out. Got storage in the door. It's a good modern look. And then we've made sure that we used every single inch of space. So above the fridge freezer, we've got 2 storage areas here that could be used for any small items or trays, that type of thing. So the area above would have been dead, but we've maximised the height of this cupboard. Moving on to the double oven. As we said, it's a double oven. So we've got the top oven, which can double up as a grill and can be an oven. And then the bottom oven is more your traditional oven. So it just gives you the option of being able to cook more items. Beneath the oven, small storage cupboard that you can store all of your pots and pans. And we've also in here utilised the space to have all of the isolation switches for the appliances. So one of the key tips here is make sure that you mark them up so you can see you've got oven, hob, dishwasher, extractor fan and fridge freezer all labelled easily so you know exactly where to isolate any of those. And you can see we just cut a hole in the back of this standard cupboard to let the power cable through from the fridge freezer. So really easy but nice finish. And then at the top we've just set it out as a large cupboard and a smaller cupboard. So Nice and easy. Now, one of the things when you're doing a kitchen like this is the lighting. Lighting's really critical. So you can see here where we've got a run of cabinets, wall-mounted cabinets. Again, they're tall, so we're utilising all the space. We've fitted an LED light underneath this, so it looks modern. It's flickering a little bit on this video, but it isn't in reality. You can see underneath where we fitted that. This is an LED lights cable. So we've fed the cable through, and then we've just stuck this LED light to the underside of the cabinet. So when you're standing back, you can't see any of that. It just looks like the illumination. But then to add a little bit of extra modern touch, we've done the same at the top. So where there's a small gap of about 100 mil above these cabinets, we've done the same thing. We've stuck another LED light up there, so it's illuminating above, and it really gives it that modern, super cool finish that is just sets it apart a little bit. So it looks great. So moving around onto the cabinets and the work surface, you can see here we've got, this is silestone, so it's ice white silestone. It's 20 mil thick, which is fine, and we put an upstand on as well. So this is a 100 mil upstand at the back, which is basically just a small piece of silestone. Doesn't cost a lot extra, but really helps in terms of the living space, because you're able then to silicone the joint between the upstand and the work surface, and this then creates a completely waterproof barrier. So if you're working here, any spillages, not a problem. And that's meant that the wall is just plaster, so we haven't got a splashback here. We've just got the upstand, which is creating a 100 mil splashback, and then this is just painted wall. So it saves a little bit of cost, still looks great, and gives you a good working surface. We've fitted 2 plug sockets here, double plug sockets. Always useful to have sockets like this in a kitchen for your appliances and anything else that you're wanting to use. So make sure when you're designing your kitchen that you include as many sockets as you need. If you've got a space like this, and this isn't a long run, this is only about 2 meters, but we put 2 sockets in there just to make sure that there's plenty available. Looking down onto the cabinets, well, we look at the wall cabinets first. As we mentioned, the 3 cabinets here. This is just, we've got 2 600 cabinets, so these are the standard 600 wides at the end, and then we've got a smaller one which is 400 here, just to fill the gap. So we basically worked on the space that we had. We knew the fridge freezer and the tower unit were a certain size, and then what we've done is basically put as many cupboards as we can on the wall to have maximum space. You'll see down this end there's a slight gap here, so this is just filler. We've just filled this in, so we've got about 60 mil, 50 mil here, but we just filled it in, so you won't really notice it when you're walking into the kitchen, but it makes sure that everything's fully fitted on this side all the way to the wall, because this is the area that you use most. Now, taking a step back, the sink we wanted to put central, so it's a nice feature when you walk in. You can see the tap. We've got a window directly behind the sink, which is fantastic. We'll have a look at the renovation on this property, but previously on this wall was the back door to the house. We have bricked that up in this section here where the extractor fan is, and we installed a new window on this wall. So we've got what you would call double aspect windows. So it means that when you're standing at the sink, you can look out and watch the kids playing in the garden or the dog or whatever, and you've also got light and space on this side. And what that does for this kitchen is it makes it feel really bright and airy and larger than it actually is. So when you walk in, because you can see all the way through the back window and you can see out the side, it feels really open and spacious. And definitely we would recommend having as much natural light and windows such as this as you can get, because it really helps the space open up. If these were 2 complete walls, if it looked like this, so if the sink was against a real wall, it would really close in the space and make it feel claustrophobic and dark. And dark is never good in a kitchen. So the other reason we went for white doors and white worktops is it helps illuminate the place. It makes it feel brighter and lighter. And you can see here, where the lights from the cabinet are coming down, it's bouncing off the worktops and making it more light and just helping create a really nice, fresh, modern atmosphere in here. So looking at the units, we've got the central unit where the sink is fitted. Now this is a standard 600 wide unit. We've maxed out the sink, so this is an undermounted sink, so you can see that the worktop has been cut and this sink has been fitted underneath it. So this sink is siliconed to the bottom of the worktop. We've gone for a 1.5 undermount. So this is a 400 wide sink unit, and this is a 200 wide, a 150 next to it, and that just gives you that ability to be able to rinse things in the smaller section, have dishes and whatever in the larger section. It's more modern, it looks stylish, it doesn't cost a lot more, but we paid a tiny bit extra to have these square fittings at the bottom, but it really gives it a modern flavour, and we mixed it with a single mixer tap. This is, again, not super expensive, but it has the function of being able to turn into the shower and to pull out, and you can then wash it around. So again, it's just handy for modern living to have that option. It looks good, it's stylish, it's not super expensive. If you shop around, you go to Amazon and various other online retailers, you'll be able to pick up one of these taps for relatively cheap, but it looks great, it's easy to use, and combined with this sink, it looks really modern. On the worktop itself, we have these grooves cut in. That's one of the options when you're having your worktops fitted. It doesn't cost much more. It's a small extra. Really helps in terms of, firstly, you know where you're going to stack all your dishes, but secondly, they've got a slight fall on here, so you can see it starts off relatively shallow, the groove, and it becomes much deeper at this end. You can see it more on the profile. It's much deeper at this end than it is at the top end, and that means that the water will obviously then move down and run into the sink. So practical as well as stylish. So let's have a look at the cupboards. So we had the sink unit, which we needed for the sink, centralized underneath here. Still got some space that you can utilize for storing materials and washing and cleaning equipment. You can see where we fitted the actual double sink itself. So nice, neat job, all very nicely done. We've got some pipe work at the back, so all very neat and tidy. And then either side of that, we have maximized the amount of usable space. These corners are quite awkward to be able to utilize, because if you have a cupboard and you need to store things in the corner, it makes it very difficult to reach in. So what we've done, we've gone for two different options here. So the first one here, if I step back, you can see this first one is a pull-out kidney-shaped unit. So it pulls out like this, and what this means is you can put cans on the rear section of this unit, and then because of the way it operates, you're able to push it all the way in, and the cans will sit in very far corner of the cupboard, but when you need them, you obviously just pull this unit forward, and then you've got access in the kitchen to both the top and bottom sections. So really, really stylish, really practical, great use of the space, looks good. These things can carry a lot of weight. You can fill these with cans of beans and whatever else you want to put in there. And it just, when you step back, it's a fantastic use of an awkward space. If this was just a cupboard, you'd either have the option of just having one cupboard and losing the space in the corner, or just have a door and you'd have to reach all the way through into the back of this cupboard, which is really awkward and dark and not great. So that's a great option, the kidney-shaped pull-outs. The other side, we've gone for a different arrangement. So this has got two doors, as you can see. So if we open the first door, that enables the second door to open. So it's a corner door arrangement. And then inside here, we've got a rotating two sets of storage shelves that rotate. So similar to the other arrangement, but it doesn't pull out. So this slightly cheaper to buy, and it enables you to put things in, and then you can just spin the two two sets of shelves to be able to get access to what it is that you're looking for. So still a great use of the same sort of space, slightly different approach, but really modern, fantastic, good finish. And nice doors that close in and look pretty stylish as well. Just give that one a close. Then over on here, we've fitted some drawers. This is basically the space that matches the units above. So we tried to get the doors at the bottom to match the doors at the top. So this unit is a 400 wide set of drawers. We fitted something for the utensils in here, and then we just got the rest of these drawers. Nothing in any of these. So always useful to have drawers for cutlery and other bits and pieces. So you need to factor in some drawers. Coming around this side here, next to the corner unit, is our dishwasher. So this is a full-size dishwasher, all fitted, ready to go. Put it here because it's close to the sink, so it's easy for both loading with different pots and pans and plates, and also easy from a plumbing point of view to be able to have the waste from the sink and the dishwasher meeting, so it makes it a bit more practical when you're fitting it. Next to the dishwasher is our induction hob. So this is a 600 wide 4-ring hob, all electric. So it's we don't need to worry about gas in this particular oven, in this particular kitchen. Sorry, I'm just looking for the switch. May well be switched off at the moment. But this really nice, modern, clean, easy to keep, looking clean. Much easier than having a hob, which is gas, which is very difficult to maintain. So really good, comes with a 2-year warranty, and easy to fit from our point of view because they're really slim. So if we look down, you can see that this unit is round about 60 millimeters deep. So we've had to cut out the top in the worktop, but it enables us still to be able to use this drawer. So the hob is taking up very little space at the top of this unit. And we've got a very deep drawer here. This is a pan drawer, so we can fit pans and whatever else you're going to use on the stove on that level. And then the bottom drawer is similar. So these things are great for saving space because there is very little lost space here. In this fitting, you can see where it's been fitted. It really is minimal. So really handy in a small kitchen, these induction hobs. Above it, extractor fan. This was purchased from Amazon, looks great. So the standard version you'll see has stainless steel hood and looks a little bit dated these days. This is glass and it's electric, and it's basically all very modern touch controls. So looks good, comes with a nice white extractor hood at the top to just fits in nicely with our theme, and just gives it that nice modern twist that finishes off. And then in the corner alongside the extractor fan and the hob, we've just got a standard cupboard. So finishing off, we've got some more plug sockets. So on this wall, we've got one underneath the window and one on the back wall. So in total, even though it's a very small kitchen, we've got 4 double sockets here. So you could run a lot of different appliances in this kitchen. One final nice little touch is that the same worktop, when we've done the upstand that we talked about earlier, which is all the way around this kitchen. So anywhere you are working on this work surface, there is an upstand. So it means any spillages, any dust, anything that you're spilling onto this top is easy to clean and keep tidy. But what we also did, we asked the worktop guys to do the same for the windowsills. So these windowsills are made of the same material as the worktop. So it just helps tie everything in together. We've got a nice big windowsill behind the sink, and that's the same material that we've got on the worktop here. So it just gives it that modern twist, takes it to another level in terms of the modernisation renovation. So it really is a nice finishing touch that's worth. Didn't cost much more money to do that, but the thought of it really helps bring this modern kitchen to life. So hopefully you've got, and then finally we'll just talk on the lighting. We've gone for 6 down lights here. Again, modern. We've gone for something that can be dimmed, so just enables you to change that lighting up. So hopefully this has given you some ideas. This is a very small kitchen, but it's packed with all sorts of different nice features in terms of the cupboards that we've used, the lighting that we've used, the finish on the worktops. This kitchen was not super expensive. It's a relatively standard kitchen, but we've really brought it up with the worktops and the modern appliances and the different types of cupboards and space that we've used here. So we've jam-packed it full of storage. Hopefully this has given you a few ideas and thoughts for when you're doing your next project. We've been the Property Gurus. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. There'll be lots more videos like this, and there's plenty on our channel for you to check out now. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you.